Howdy folks, welcome back to War Thunder with the mighty Jingles. It's patch 1.37 day. It's been a bit of a rocky release for patch 1.37. They were having massive server stability and connection issues at first, but they have released a patch for the patch. They are working hard at improving the whole process, and things are mostly pretty stable now. Now, I have to admit, I had no idea how this new progression and ranking system worked prior to flashing up the game today, but I've had a go. I've been playing a few hours and I think I've more or less got my head around it. So why don't we jump into a battle using some of the new German aircraft that have been introduced, like the Bf-109 F2 for example, or the Bf-109 F1, earn some XP and show you how it all works. So Bf-109 F2, lovely paint scheme, I'm sure you'll agree, armed with 7.92mm and 15mm machine guns, no cannons. I have to admit, this is not the first game I've played today. I jumped into a game earlier in my Americans flying the P-36 Hawk and was horrified to see XP-38 Lightnings on the enemy team. But the XP-38 Lightning is now a rank 2 aircraft. Both versions of it, the one that you research through the tech tree and the gift aircraft. So here we are. The reason I picked the Bf-109 F2 and F1 and E3 for this game was because the two F variants, the F1 and the F2, I have never flown, so there are no modifications unlocked for either of these aircraft. The E3 I have obviously played before because it's been in the game for a while, and I haven't completely upgraded it, so we're going to see the results of modification XP gained on all these different aircraft for aircraft that are completely new, flying completely stock with no upgrades, and modification XP on aircraft that already have some things unlocked. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stay high and I'm going to go bomber hunting. It is a ground strike map. I'm in a fighter. Killing the bombers is probably the best thing I can do for my team. And the enemy team have been very obliging. Looks like at least a third of them have jumped into bombers and they're all heading in my direction. So I think I'm going to go and pick on that Italian first. Now those S-79s are pretty quick, so I'm going to need to plan my approach carefully. Remember, this thing only has machine guns, 7.92mm and 15mm. He's seen me coming, he's going into a dive. Oh, he's not going into a dive. Alright, we'll fool him. Good start. Let's see. I'll chase him down. Oh, he's taken multiple crits from that fire. Actually, nah. I'm going to let him burn. And I'll go after this Wellington. Using the speed to gain as much altitude as I can. I don't expect to be able to finish this guy off. I'm probably going to start stalling very, very soon. But while I'm still in the climb... Oh, there we go. S-79's destroyed. There's a kill, and I'm stalling. Obviously, it's the arcade flight model, so you don't really stall. But I certainly can't continue climbing after that guy. There's a B-25 over there as well. And the B-25 seems to be heading this way. So I'll just dodge the Wellington's gunners, and yeah. B-25 is looking like a much juicier target. Well, of course, he's also a much better defended target, so I'm going to have to be careful. Welly that throttle open. There's a crit. Oh, killed a gunner. Ah, good stuff. Right. Still some return fire coming back. One of my machine guns is out. It looks like the 15mm is dry. And back up. scoring some good hits. I know his tail gunner's dead, so staying behind him is quite safe. B-25 is very, very fast in a dive, but I'm catching him because he's put it into a climb again. He's trying to outmaneuver me. Trying to hit his engines. Not having much success. Killed another gunner, and I'm getting too close, break. So I've critted him a few times, but he's not going down. Where's he gone? There he is. .15 mils are gone again. Reloading those, continue hitting them with a 7.92 millimeters. He's going into a dive, trying to escape me. There's a crit. Big guns are back up. Finally killed him. Right, 2 kills. And because it took so long to kill them, you actually earn more XP the longer it takes you to kill an aircraft. If you shoot somebody's pilot out with one shot, all you get is crit XP and kill XP. All the time you're shooting at somebody, you're also earning hit XP. So I actually got a metric butt ton of XP and credits out of that, even though, you know, there's two sides of the coin. People complain, it takes me forever to shoot a bomber down. Well, yeah, it does, but don't forget, every time you're hitting him, you're earning XP and credits. And I am never going to catch that HE-111, so no. Need to pick another target. Couple of fighters down there. I don't particularly want to sacrifice all this altitude to go fighter hunting, but I'll keep an eye on them. And in the absence of anything else to shoot at, I may as well. There's a lot of them down there. So jump on the guy at the rear of the pack. Picking up a lot of speed in this dive, which means I'm going to maneuver very, very sluggishly at high speed, so I'm probably only going to get one shot at this. Hit, no crits, pull up. Pull up. Oh, wow. That was close. Had to use the elevator there. Still got a lot of speed, throttle back up. Hell of a dogfight going on over there. Pick my target. No. Get the hell out of there. Head-ons are always dangerous. I'm not going to turn on him. I'll keep using the speed. Of course, it's the arcade flight model. Boom and zoom doesn't really work that well in arcade because all somebody has to do to catch you is hammer the old wartime emergency power, and they usually will catch you. Got a good crit on that Spitfire, and I really don't like being this close to the ground in the BF-109 and F2, and I don't know what happened there. Probably lag. But again, some good damage on that guy, but this close to the ground at high speed, well, you're going to see what happens. Ouch. So that was unfortunate, but what the hell, it's all in the name of science. So we'll jump into, let's have a look. Yeah, the E3. So the E3 I have previously flown and unlocked some of the equipment on it. Not all of it, however, so we'll see how much XP I can earn on this and how far that goes towards unlocking various modules. Pair of juicy targets down there. Looks like the guy at the rear is going after my wingman, so he's the one I'm going for. No, bad angle of approach. Rather than sacrifice it, I'll continue on towards... and this was unfortunate. See, the problem there was that I pulled negative G's, and so the blood rushed to my head and my screen turned red. And of course his name, and more importantly, how far away from me he was, is also in the red. So I couldn't see the distance. And just couldn't judge when I needed to get out of the way, so that was unlucky. Of course, I'm flying a German aircraft, he's flying a Russian aircraft. We both go into a head-on collision, I die, he keeps flying, because some things in War Thunder haven't changed in patch 1.37. The only thing that can survive a head-on collision with a Russian aircraft is a Beaufighter. That much hasn't changed. Anyway, Ju-87, twin 20mm cannons. I did plan to jump into the new BF-109 F1, but after failing so disastrously in the BF-109 E3, I thought I'd pick another aircraft that I do already have some modifications unlocked. And the Ju-87D is one of them. I'm chasing after this HE-111, but he's just too far away and too high. And the Ju-87 doesn't have a lot of power. And I'm probably not going to catch him. On the other hand, that Beaufighter seems to be... Sorry, not Beaufighter, that Wellington seems to be bombing our base. And I can probably pick up enough speed in the dive to catch him. So I'll go for the Welly instead. Wellingtons, by the way, and Lancasters have had expanded bomb loads. My Lancaster I'm actually a bit pissed off about, because I have suddenly not unlocked. I had previously to patch 1.37, but now it tells me I need to research the pylons that allow me to carry 1,000 pound bombs. I've got the pylons that allow me to carry 2,000 pound bombs. Still got those, but not the ones that allow me to carry 1,000 pound bombs. So, yeah. No, I don't understand that one either. But this isn't about the Lancaster. This is about killing that Wellington. I was actually playing a game earlier where I was chasing somebody in the clouds, and I lost sight of him. Hey, you got some hits on him. Good stuff. Yeah, I lost sight on him. I think it was a... Oh, we've won? Lost? Don't know. I was actually able to follow the guy by picking up the trail of smoke from his engines in the clouds from the damaged engine that he had, and just literally followed the trail of smoke to the target. Anyway, here we go. New battle results screen. So, what's new here? Right. Let's try and make some sense of this. So, there's the mission completion screen, and this screen also pops up. This is to show you which research you have completed, depending on which research you allocated to the aircraft that were taking part in the battle that you just flew, and earned experience in the battle that you just flew. So, my BF-109 F2, it's the first time I've ever flown it. Fuselage repair is unlocked, so gives you the option to buy it right there and then. You don't have to go into the aircraft modification screen and buy it there. So there you go. Fuselage repair unlocked. Now it gives you the choice. Which one do you want to go for next? So I'll go for, and it tells you how much it's going to cost, 570 research points. So I'll go for offensive 7mm machine guns. That's going to cost 570. And I earned enough XP on the BF-109 F2 in that game to unlock that as well. So there we go. I'll buy that too. And again, it asks you which one do you want to unlock next. Now I could finish off a rank 1 upgrade and get myself the 50 kilo bomb pylons, or I could go for a rank 2 upgrade, and you can see they cost a bit more, 850 versus 570. So we'll go and replace my machine guns. Or the compressor. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go for the compressor. That's going to cost 850. And lo and behold, I earned enough XP on the F2 in that game to unlock the compressor as well. So there we go, buy that. And once again, I have to decide which one I want to go for next. I'm going to go for airframe. And funnily enough, once again, I did well enough to already unlock the airframe. So, and you keep doing this until you run out of XP earned on that aircraft in that mission. Oh, expensive stuff now. Engine. Okay, we'll go for the radiator. Yep, got the radiator. I'm doing well here. And after the radiator, I think we'll get the new machine guns. Yep, got enough for those as well. Wow, I did well there, didn't I? More new machine guns. Yep, unlock those too. Damn, I did well in that bloody mission. Wings repair. And bang, there, I've just run out of XP on that aircraft. Now, you can see that I've also, didn't do too well in the Ju-87, but there you see exactly how much research I improved on towards the new 20mm cannons on that. And in the E3, which was a bit of a disaster, tiny little bit of research there towards those 20mm cannons. Now, your results screen is different. So you can see aircraft destroyed 2, yeah, pretty shit. 3,120 lines, 1,040. Now, is that modification or is that aircraft XP? Difficult to say at this stage. Looks like, no, that's aircraft XP. Remember, there are 2 different kinds of XP now, aircraft XP and modification XP. So that is all the aircraft XP that I earned from all 3 aircraft that I flew. As you can see there, it shows it for the E3, the F2 and the Ju-87D5. Okay, extra stuff that I earned for critical hits, and again, that's aircraft XP, not modification XP. I've already spent my modification XP, it's here. XP earned for hits, XP earned for the time you were flying, plus credits, mission reward for winning, there's an extra 5,800 there, and you can see exactly which aircraft earned which XP from the mission reward, and then achievements. No idea what achievement, but apparently I got 150 lines for an achievement. Probably progress towards a multi-stage achievement. So the total here, 14,875 lines and 8,432 XP towards modifications research. So it is different. Right, that is in fact modification XP, not aircraft XP. Learning as we go along, folks. So this is all the modification XP that I earned on all aircraft in that battle. Vehicle research, that's aircraft XP. That is what goes towards the unit that I am currently researching in the German Air Force. So my German Air Force research tree is set to unlocking the Focke-Wulf 190A8. So a percentage of all of the modification XP that you earn is granted as vehicle research on the aircraft that you're currently researching. Now, these were rank 2 aircraft, so I'm not going to get as much vehicle research points if I'm putting that towards a rank 4 aircraft. I really need to be flying other rank 4 aircraft, or even rank 5 aircraft if I have any, in order to unlock the Focke-Wulf 190A8 because it's rank 4. So, to summarise, all of the aircraft that I flew in that battle earn modification XP. You can spend the modification XP immediately you come out of the battle on whatever upgrades you choose to unlock for that aircraft. Once that's all done, any XP that you earned that wasn't enough to unlock whichever modification you're currently going for on that particular aircraft is displayed here with a progress indicator showing how much further you need to go. And then a percentage of the modification XP that you get is awarded to you as vehicle research or aircraft XP. And it shows you right up here which aircraft you're currently researching for that nation and how much you still have to go. A little progress indicator there, you can see I'm down to, I've only just started, so 2,805 of 130,000 required to unlock the Focke-Wulf 190A8. So that's how it works. And you can confirm all of that by going to, for example, the Luftwaffe here, open up the modification button, and bang, there it is. Now, I'm currently researching wings repair. You saw me choose wings repair as the next path of research. What I could do at this point is decide, actually, no, I want to go for the engine, or I want to go for the bomb pylons. However, note, I have 880 of the 1900 that I need to unlock the wings. If I suddenly decide now I want to go for the wing pylons, that XP stays there. Right? You can't suddenly decide, oh, actually I want to put that 880 XP over here. Any XP that you accrue the next time you fly this aircraft will not go to the wings repair, it will go to unlocking the pylons. But you can change your mind at any time. Easy as that. That wasn't a bad go, actually. Did quite well in the F2. It seems that unlocking upgrades is much, much faster under this new system. I don't think I've ever, under the old system, gained enough aircraft XP in one battle to unlock half of the upgrades on an aircraft. That has just never happened before. This does seem like you can actually unlock various bits and pieces for your aircraft a lot faster than you could previously. I mean, I didn't do particularly well in the F2. That was a distinctly average mission, and bang. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5 upgrades unlocked. Not bad at all. Go to the E3, which I flew disastrously, and there you can see new 20mm cannons. That's going to cost 2,800 research points because it's a rank 4 upgrade. So we've seen a couple of examples of how you go about actually unlocking the upgrades for aircraft that you currently own, but not much so far about how you go about unlocking an aircraft that you don't own. Previously, it was nice and simple. You advanced in rank in each nation's air force, and every time you went up a rank, that unlocked whichever aircraft existed at that rank. But all of those ranks are gone now. There are only 5 ranks of aircraft in the game, and individual national air force ranks are also gone. If you look down at the tabs here, you'll see that there used to be a rank number and a little progress bar showing you how much XP in that nation you needed to go to achieving the next rank in that nation. What's happened? Well, initially everybody thought that it was going to be just like in World of Tanks. You unlock the upgrades on an aircraft, which allowed you to then start researching the next aircraft. And to be fair, I think initially that was the way they planned to do it, but it's definitely not the way it's done now. So we'll have a look at the Japanese research tree, and I'll show you what I mean. So here's my Japanese research tree post patch 1.37. And you can see that the aircraft I'm currently researching is the brand new, in patch 1.37, Ki-84 Ko. It's a rank 3 fighter. It leads to 2 rank 4 fighters, both variants of the Ki-84, which leads to the rank 5 Ki-200, which is the only current Japanese rank 5 aircraft. You can see down here I could be researching the N1K2JA. I click this research button. That now becomes the aircraft that all of the XP that I earn on any Japanese aircraft I fly, that now goes towards unlocking the N1K2JA, unless of course I change my mind and make the Ki-84 Ko the focus of my research again. You may notice there's another new Japanese rank 3 aircraft over here, the B-7A2. It's another torpedo bomber. Unlike the B-5N2, you'll be very pleased to hear that the B-7A2 has some guns that fire forward, so that's going to come as good news for Japanese attack plane pilots. That one sits there at rank 3. There we go, bang. It's as easy as that. Deciding which aircraft you want to unlock next is as simple as just clicking on it and pressing the research button. The thing is though, it's not necessary to fully upgrade an existing aircraft to unlock the next aircraft in the line. For example, if I focus research back on the Ki-84 and look at the aircraft that precedes it, the Ki-61I High, and have a look at that, I haven't unlocked anything on that one. And yet I am still able to focus research here. If we go to the B-7A2, have a look at the aircraft prior to that, I had unlocked everything on the B-5N2, but now I haven't, because these improved torpedoes are a new thing. So there's still stuff to do on the B5N2, but that doesn't stop me from picking the G8N1. How have I done on the G5N1? Yeah, barely flown that thing because it's garbage. But almost nothing unlocked on that, and it doesn't matter. This is next. I can focus all my aircraft research flying any Japanese aircraft on the G8N1 or the KI-84, the B7A2 or the M1K2J. Now, there is a way of speeding up your research progress towards unlocking new aircraft. The more observant among you will have noticed there's a convert button underneath whichever aircraft you have currently selected as your research target. The even more observant among you may be wondering what happened to converting XP, because that was one of the ways of advancing very, very quickly in a given air force. Every time you fly a battle, you gained a certain amount of free experience. You could then spend golden eagles to convert that experience into increasing your rank in a certain air force, which would allow you to, obviously, as soon as you rank up in a new air force, that's how you get the new aircraft in the new air force. Well, that doesn't happen anymore because, as you've seen, there aren't any ranks in given air forces. There's different tiers of aircraft, but there's no overall air force rank anymore. So this is what happens with, it's no longer known as free experience. If you click on your pilot profile, the convert free experience button is gone. It's all up here now. Free research points. Remember, every time you fly a battle, at the mission results screen, it showed you a certain number of free experience points, and they all go up here. And it works exactly the same as converting free experience worked. You still have to pay golden eagles to do it. How it works is really, really simple. I have, at the moment, 110,000 free research points, and I can use those on any aircraft of any nation. So, for example, if I go to the KI-84, and you can see that I have 437,060 of the 790,000 research points needed to unlock this aircraft. I have 110,461 free research points. I'm not choosing to convert any, so it's going to cost me none. You pick how much you want to spend. It tells you how much gold it's going to cost you. Take that bar all the way up to the top. To fully convert however many XP I need to completely unlock the KI-84, it's going to cost me 881 lions. I've got 6,410. Bang. I've just completed research of the KI-84 Co. I can now buy it. It will cost me 130,000 lions. Okay. And then, as before, it asks me which crew slot I want to put it into. I'll pick that later. Won't do that right now. Obviously, I have certain crew slots that are more geared towards fighter pilots, and other crew slots that are more geared towards bomber pilots and things with gunners, for example. But there it is. It's now unlocked. It's switched research to... This is another new fighter, actually, the A6M3 Mod 22 KO, which is now the current aircraft that I'm researching. You can change that again at any time. However, bear in mind, if I fly a few battles, in fact, let me show you a better example. What do I have that's currently under research for the British? Tempest Mark 5. Nope, nothing there. No actual research gained on that one. Let's try the Americans. Nope, nothing there. How about the Germans? Ah, there we go. You can see that I have 2,805 aircraft XP spent towards unlocking the Focke-Wulf 190A8. If I change my mind and decide, actually, no, I want to go for the Arado 234B and mark that as the focus of my research, you'll see 0, right? The XP that you have already dedicated towards unlocking an aircraft stays with that aircraft. Right, that 2,800 XP that I had on, which one was it? I've lost it. It was one of the Focke-Wulfs. There we go, on the Focke-Wulf 190A8. It stays there. change that to the research focus, and you can see, bang, still has 2,805 XP on it. So you need to make sure you know which aircraft you want to research next before you commit yourself to a battle, because any aircraft XP, once you come out of the battle, goes to whichever aircraft you had selected as your research target before you went into the battle. There's no changing your mind afterwards. One thing I've noticed about the Japanese is that they do still have a relatively unfleshed out tech tree, even with the addition of these new aircraft. And you can see why they've added these new aircraft. There's actually a couple of new ones, not just the B7A2 and the A6M3 Mod 22. This one's new as well, A6M5 Otsu. The reason they've added these new Japanese aircraft is purely because it's going to be difficult to fill a lineup. The Germans as well had this problem. They've added two new BF-109. There's the F1 and the F2. Where are they? Here we go, BF-109Fs. Oh, no, that's the F4 and the F2. Come on, where are you? Where are you, you little buggers? There we go. The F1 and the F2. And they're both at rank 2. The reason they've done that is because if you actually look at the fighters available for the Germans at rank 2, there were only two. The MC-202 of the Italian Air Force and the BF-109 E3. Well, correction, there were three. There was the E1 and the E3. But because of this new ranking system, there were some definite gaps in various different air forces. The Germans particularly at rank 2, because they only had the MC-202, the two BF-109Es, the E1 and the E3, and that was it. From there on in, it was just dive bombers, bombers and heavy fighters. So they've added the BF-109 F1 and the F2. But they've done the same with the Japanese. The Japanese at rank 4 didn't have an awful lot. They had the A6M5 and the two N1K2s, and that was it. So they've added the Ki-84 Otsu, the Ki-84 Hai. Japanese had a similar problem at rank 3. They pretty much only had the A6M3 and the Ki-61. That was it. Everything else were either bombers or heavy fighters, unless you were prepared to spend a bit of cash on premium aircraft and get yourself a Focke-Wulf 190A5. So they've added the A6M3 Mod 22 Co. Up here at rank 4, A6M5 Otsu. So the new aircraft that have been put into the game are pretty much there to address big gaps in fighter lineups, particularly, thanks to the way that the new tiering system has been arranged. What that is going to do is, well, certainly particularly amongst the Japanese, as I'm noticing now when I'm trying to select a rank 4 lineup for my Japanese, is that you're going to have to mix and match between the various different ranks of aircraft that you have during the transition period. So, for example, I'm trying to set up a rank 4 Japanese fighter line. I do have more aircraft slots available than most people. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, that's a lot. However, I don't have 8 rank 4 Japanese aircraft. In fact, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are only 8 rank 4 Japanese aircraft, if you don't count the gift aircraft. And I've only unlocked 3 of them. So until I start catching up with my Japanese research, I have to mix and match rank 3 and rank 4 Japanese aircraft. Now, speaking of selecting a lineup, they've streamlined that and made it a lot better as well. Let's have a look at something. Let's have a look at the Russians. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select, I want to jump into an arcade battle and fly rank 3 Russians. Now, this is definitely improved over the previous way you would do it. So I've got an LA7 here, that's rank 4, that's no good. TU2S, rank 4, that's no good. Yak-9P, rank 4. LA7B20, also rank 4, and the IL-10. So I can leave the Yak-3 there because that's rank 3. I can leave the Year-2 there because that's rank 3, but these are the 4 are going to have to go. So there's the LA7. Now, aircraft that you already have assigned to that crew slot appear in order of rank at the top of the list. So there's an LA7 there. Well, that's what I currently have selected anyway. That's no good. So, oh, well, there am I. There are the 2 rank 3 Russian aircraft that I already have assigned to that crew slot. So I can go straight ahead, and stick the P39N in. To do the same again for the TU2S, I'm looking for a rank 3 aircraft. Well, there we go. In that slot, I could put the TU2, the Yak3P, or the LA5FN in. Where are all the rest of the aircraft? Well, they appear down here. All the ones that I do not have assigned to that crew slot. If I don't have anything else at rank 3 available to go into that slot, but I do have other rank 3 aircraft, like any of the Year 2s, for example, which you can see there, the IL-2M, this is where you can put that one into that crew slot, pay for the crew retraining. But the ones that you already have assigned to that crew slot, you don't have to scroll all the way down through the list just to find them in the order of the tech tree. Instead, the ones that you have already assigned to that crew slot now appear in rank order right at the top of the list, so you know exactly where to find them, and it's as easy as that. So we'll put the LA5FN there. Don't want the Yak9P, it's too high. P63A or the P, yeah, there we go. We'll put the P63A in. Need to replace the LA7B. What do I have? That's rank 3. Yak9T. Oh, I feel dirty. We'll put that in there. I need to replace the IL-10. What do I have? There you go. The TU2. Bingo. Bang. And it's as easy as that. There you go. Much, much faster way of selecting a lineup of aircraft that are already pre-trained for the crew slots in which you find them. The only way I could think of improving this would be if they introduced a feature where you could save an aircraft lineup. And just, you know, one click of a button would bang slap everybody in an existing lineup. For example, if I say, okay, there you go, there's my rank 3 Russian arcade battle lineup, and there's a save button over here, so that the next time I decide I want to play rank 3 Russians, I could just go, right, save lineups, Russian rank 3, bang, click a button over here, and it preloads all of those. But this is still a definite step in the right direction. It just makes things a lot smoother when you're trying to figure out what aircraft you're going to put in a lineup for a given battle. I must admit, when I started doing the groundwork for this video, I didn't have a clue how the various different unlocks and upgrades and everything worked, and it took me a couple of hours of just messing around, playing games, seeing what the results screen looked like, trying to understand what happened, you know, what the results screen actually meant, figuring out the difference between research XP and modification XP, or aircraft XP and modification XP, depending on how, you know, what you want to call it. But it took a couple of hours, and I figure I've eventually got my head around the subject, and hopefully after watching this video it'll be far less confusing for you guys as well. You know, I suffer the confusion so you guys don't have to. It's not all just about the various different ways of progressing through the various different air forces. That's obviously the big thing about patch 1.37, but there's a whole bunch of new maps, mission modes, there's new single missions, there's the new aircraft as well, obviously, and there's the new DirectX 11 renderer as well. And I don't know if it's going to be the same for you guys, but certainly with my GeForce graphics card, I have definitely noticed better frame rates and a prettier game overall using the new DirectX 11 renderer. While recording, bear in mind when I'm recording, I use Bandicam to record my gameplay footage. Bandicam is great, it has small file sizes, but it has small file sizes because it actually compresses the video as it's recording. So it does cost a lot of system overhead. Despite that, I've been getting over 100 frames per second flying arcade battles while recording and compressing video at the same time with the new graphics renderer. So, you know, that's a massive step in the right direction from me. I mean, it was pretty good prior to patch 1.37, where I was getting anything from 50 to 70 frames per second, depending on the map I was playing on. But it's not quite doubled my frame rate, but we're probably talking a 30 to 40% increase in frame rate just by virtue of using the new DirectX 11 renderer. And I'm actually playing on higher graphic detail settings than I was prior to patch 1.37 with the increased frame rate, so that's fantastic news for me. Hopefully it means there'll be even prettier videos for you guys in the future as well. So there you go, patch 1.37, hopefully explained. As always folks, watch your 6, and I'll catch you next time.